Journalist Yelena Kostyuchenko is having a first look at what used to be the office of Anna Politkovskaya, her colleague, shown here in archive footage. Now it's a museum in her honor. Kostyuchenko says Politkovskaya's in-depth reporting about the wars in Chechnya was the reason she came to work at the paper Novaya Gazeta as an intern. At the time, Anna Politkovskaya was still alive. She wrote about topics that no one else wrote about because they were too scared, and she wrote in a way that meant it was impossible to remain indifferent. Her words hit you right in your soul, and they stayed there. Kostyuchenko is an investigative journalist herself. She often writes about controversial social and political topics like LGBTQ rights and the presence of Russian soldiers in eastern Ukraine. She says Politkovskaya is her role model even now. I constantly keep her in my head as an example while I'm writing, all the time. Of course, I can hardly hope that I'll grow to her level. That's impossible. But it's as if she lights my way. Novaya Gazeta is one of the few remaining critical media outlets in Russia. Over the years, 6 of the newspaper's journalists were killed for their work, including Anna Politkovskaya. Many in the team still remember her huge dedication. Once she came into the canteen while we were having lunch and started saying, "The Chechens are torturing people," and everyone just said, "Wait a minute, let's have some lunch first." She was always thinking about her work. There were always lines of people outside her office, people who had come from the Caucasus, from Chechnya, to ask for her help. We can't ever betray our journalistic standards, because that would also mean betraying the people who gave their life for honest journalism. We here continue their work. Anna Politkovskaya was renowned for her reporting about Russia's wars in Chechnya and her fierce criticism of the Kremlin's policies. On October 7, 2006, she was shot 4 times at her Moscow apartment. Those who carried out the killing were later sentenced in court, but those who ordered it were never held accountable. 15 years after the murder of Anna Politkovskaya, pressure on independent journalists here in Russia has been rising. In recent months, media outlets and journalists critical of the Kremlin have faced police searches and criminal cases, and many have been declared foreign agents. The foreign agent label shows that the Russian government sees journalists as enemies, Yelena Kostyuchenko feels. The reporter says she regularly receives threats for her work. But to her, Anna Politkovskaya's example shows that journalists must carry on, even in the face of intimidation. People who kill journalists or think about it cannot be allowed to be given the illusion that their actions will stop a certain topic being covered, that it could get them off the hook. It won't. When a journalist is killed, that person's colleagues must step up and take their place. Anna Politkovskaya's office will remain empty, but her fearlessness continues to inspire those who refuse to be silent.